Oh, baby. It's
What?
Let's Get Comfortable, baby.
Special people make special plays on special days. Marshall, fuck.
How incredible is this to be back?
It's so great to be back. It's actually football season. It's been so long.
You know what's unbelievable is the fact that every time we get back on the mic, it's like, how great is it for us to be back?
It's been 3 months. Holy cow.
And the people rave. They want to hear more. Maybe this is our shtick. Like, maybe we purposely don't do things. Once every 3 months, I
Yeah.
swear, we'll give you some content.
When's the next Olympics? Because that's when we'll have the next Let's Get Comfortable.
Oh my, you're right. That was the last time.
Oh crap! It really was. I was just making a joke, but this is how it's going right now. It's gonna be like intro, and then someday it's gonna be like, oh my goodness, we're back.
You're right.
It's like I can't believe we finally did it.
Now you're pulling out Ed and Ruth from the fish fries that we were supposed to go talk to at all the
Which was
Catholic
probably like our second to last show
right.
during fish fry season.
Unbelievable, dude. So how you been?
I'm great.
We have actually seen a lot of each other through D-World stuff, but we never really get the opportunity to sit down and really ask how each other are, and that's really important to me.
It's important to me to know how you're doing too. So thank you for asking, Jim.
Of course.
I'm doing good. I feel good. It was a busy stretch, which is what we said last time. You were traveling, I was traveling, and really then new job. I had D-World stuff come up with the school year. Reunions, we'll get into that. We had our 10-year reunion.
Yeah,
that was
crazy.
huge.
That was a great time too.
It's a great time. It's been a busy time, but we're hitting the mid-stride of the fall. Unfortunately, we don't have any baseball here in town to watch.
Yeah.
But guess what? Make lemons out of lemonade, baby. Because here we are sitting on a Friday night, and we're getting really comfy.
And the best part about it is now we have Blues hockey.
Amen, brother. And they are 2-0.
Couldn't be more stoked. Going to the game tomorrow with my dad my family for my dad's 61st birthday.
Beautiful.
Got some tickets.
Beautiful.
Lower bowl. It's going to be awesome. Plus, they're looking incredible this year.
They're so fast and nimble. It was like they wanted to do the heavy north-south thing for a while, but guess what? Did well last year, but hasn't gotten them all the way. Their puck control so far, I mean, only 2 games, small sample size. These guys are fast, they're talented, and they're going to go a long way this year.
And we got things to look forward to. Plus, real quick, I know we're going to get into the Blues later, but how awesome of a deal did we get for... is it Nail or is it Nail? Is it Nail?
It depends on what part of the country. Here in the Midwest, we call him Nail.
That's the old Nail right there.
Nail Yusklovsky or whatever the hell that Russian's name is.
Right.
Yeah.
Yakupov, awesome.
Yeah.
And I think it seriously couldn't have been better. Everybody in the Blues organization has either said, here's the deal. We got a steal here. We give him a 3rd-round draft pick and, something else, some prospect. And if it works out great for us, that's incredible. But if it doesn't, who cares? We only gave up a draft pick and a 3rd-round draft pick and a prospect.
Minimum risk, high reward. I mean, here's the deal, folks. Jim was actually the one that told me about this. I looked up his stats and was like, no big deal. He's like the next J.D. Drew or something. But the guy's young. He looked really good last night. Hit his first slap shot goal of his career, he said. And here's the biggest thing. He hasn't been on a winning team yet. He's super pumped to be on a contender. In Edmonton, they didn't have that.
Totally agree.
And so he goes from, I can only imagine what that does to a young guy's psyche. So it's very exciting time for the Blues. It's fall. I love it.
Great.
How are you doing? You doing good?
I'm good. You're right. It's been busy. It's been a busy past 3 months. We've had the reunion. We had Hall of Fame. We had all these things that we needed to be there for.
You have a new job.
I got a new job.
You're the president of the Alumni Association.
You're right. You said
Heavy
it.
responsibility. You have 2 cats, and you're engaged. I mean,
You're right.
It's a lot.
Lots of responsibilities. Thank God I don't have a child now. Not later, because I'm going to need one of those later.
We're going to need some babies,
Or else
yeah.
my mom and dad aren't going to be happy.
No.
They want those babies,
They want to be
They're
grandparents
in the
bad.
baby fever. And it's because some of my friends or, family, friends, and whatnot, they all have their kids. So my parents are now seeing their friends
Yeah.
gloating, if you will.
Yeah.
Maybe not gloating, because it's a great thing to have a grandchild, I'm
Oh,
sure.
sure, it's a blessing.
But they're all like, oh my God, look how great this is that we
Yeah.
have a grandchild and, we're hanging out. And they're over there like, what the hell, Jim? What the hell, Brian? Give us some grandchildren.
Yeah, and my family's doing something similar with my sister and brother-in-law right now. I mean, they're just kind of like, we're ready to watch your grandkid
Yeah.
for a couple hours and then give them back to you when they start crying and stuff. Because apparently that's the real, actual technical joy of grandparenting.
Right.
The joy of a child, but it doesn't have to be yours necessarily.
That has to be the best. And it would also be the best to be a sibling and not have the child.
To be an uncle.
Yeah, because then you get
Yes.
to just watch it and give it right back.
So why worry about the grandparent thing when you just be an uncle is my thing.
Couldn't agree more.
Just cool Uncle Pat, like, yeah, Billy, I'll get you a Busch Light.
Especially with the genes in your family. I mean, remember I asked you, I was like, isn't that your cousin over there or something? Your older cousin? And you were like, oh, that's my uncle. That's my mom's brother.
Yeah.
I
yeah.
mean, you have very good genes. And
I
I don't mean
appreciate
the
that.
ones that are hanging over the
I was
couch
gonna say
there.
these are Levi's, but
Right.
I appreciate the compliment on both ends. So,
Sure thing.
But I want to say something else too. I mean, this is a podcast, so people can't see this obviously, but it's great looking at you. We got a whole new setup here. we're in the comfy command center here, and it's going really really well. Well, usually Jim and I are on a couch, but actually I am now the sole possessor of the couch, and you are down behind this giant, beautiful, rich mahogany desk.
Of which I need to give a little plug here. Thank you, Brandon Conan and Amanda Conan, for offering up this nice desk for me to have in our humble abode. And also, thank you to Brandon Conan for helping me carry this MF into the house. This
is
thing
humongous.
is a behemoth.
It is humongous.
It's huge, and it is every bit as heavy as it looks.
Yeah.
And also, thank you to Drake Merritt. Drake Merritt of the Drake Merritt Home Selling Team, official sponsor. Maybe not official, but
Might
I'm
as
sure
well.
he'd be fine with it.
He's having a good year. He's going to sponsor.
Oh, man, he's having one hell of a year.
Crushing it.
Anywho, yeah, great desk.
Beautiful setup.
Couldn't ask for more. We got a great setup here. We're
Mm-hmm.
not sitting on the couch. And you know what else is great about being able to look at each other?
Yes.
I feel like the feng shui, like the flow of this show is just fantastic right now.
Feng shui. Wonderful usage of that word. I love when we come up with big words on this show. I don't even know if is that a real word?
You know what?
It is now.
Yeah, well, it sure is. We have yet to hear serendipitous from you. Don't say it now, because I'm sure you're going to toss it in later.
I'll find it. Yeah. I'll
Good.
pull it out of the yard and we'll go play ball.
Pat, we're about 8.5, 9 minutes into this show. Mm-hmm. I think it's time for our drink of the show. Do you want to go first?
Yeah. Yeah,
I think you should.
You want the actual drink of the show, or let's do the actual one first, and then I'll do my quote-unquote second drink, which I sometimes throw in.
You know what I like about you, Pat? Other than all of the other great characteristics that,
thank you.
that you have as a person.
I'm glad you found one.
But your drink of the show is almost always 2 drinks. Like you walk through the aisle and you couldn't figure out what you wanted. You're like, but that looks great, but I know Jim makes me only get no beer, so I got to figure something out here. And you always bring 2 drinks, which I respect and appreciate.
Happy to do it. Yes, it has a little bit to do with that. It also has to do with the fact that, I mean, when we do only one show every Olympics right now,
Right, yeah.
You got it. You got to get the drinks in. So,
Sure.
anyways, without further ado, I'll present my drink. But a little prelude. I was at the Schnucks on Hampton that I virtually always go to for this, and ran into wonderful, wonderful man in his gym shorts and T-shirt, fellow 06er, Mr. Andy Hunn from DeSmet Jesuit High School, giving him
Fantastic
his
guy.
official shout out. Ran in, had a little short talk with him, and he said, "So what you doing down here?" And I said, "Well, I'm not down in the area, but I always come here before I go over to Jim's house and we do our podcast in front of all these people. They're there shopping for their brews." He goes, "Oh, so you're gonna take your pants off and get comfortable, Jim?" And I smiled and said, "That's exactly what we're gonna do."
Amen.
And
Andy Hunt, great guy.
great guy.
Let's cheers to Andy
Cheers
Hunt.
to Andy. Cheers to Andy. And so I dedicate this to him because he actually helped me pick this out.
Good man.
It's fall. you know. And so this is a good fall beverage, I would say.
Okay.
What's something that people like to drink in the fall, Jim?
Pumpkin bullshit stuff.
Well, yeah, but besides that, what's in their fall drink? Don't think beer. What's the fruit that everybody loves in the fall besides pumpkins?
Apples.
Bingo. But not just any apple cider. This is Seattle cider with 3 different kinds of pepper in it.
Whoa.
It's a pepper cider. We've done cider on the show, but nothing like this.
You are right. And you know what, Pat? Unlike your Bud Light Clamato debacle of 2016, which was the worst drink I've ever had in my life.
I'm not sorry about it. It was kind of fun.
I'm intrigued by this. It's 3 pepper cider. Read me the label.
It literally says, not your standard cider. Seattle Cider Company, limited edition, 3 pepper hard cider. Here you go. A small batch, limited edition cider featuring an aroma of green jalapenos, combining the taste of fresh-cut poblano, habanero, and jalapeno peppers, this cider offers a kick followed by a subtly sweet finish. Naturally gluten-free and blah, 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 blah. You know. So, this is my official drink of the show, not your standard cider. It is in a big 1 pint, 6 ounce bottle, folks. So
this is why we have the glasses.
We have the glasses.
Hit me with that paper tee.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm going to wipe these suckers out.
Mm-hmm. And I'll do a small play-by-play as Jim puts the paper towel into the glass and rotates the glass.
You know what? I'll give him a shout-out, Mr. Ben Weiss. One of these days he'll listen to this show, and he'll appreciate the shout-out, and he'll text us. No, he won't. He won't text us. He'll call us.
He'll call us.
You text Ben, he calls you immediately.
Leaves you a voicemail.
Ben, this is your official call-out to text people. People text, you know.
All he's going to do is tell us to, like, get more scotch and cigars on this show.
But what I was going to give him the credit for is he uses clean, let me have you, cloth diapers to wipe out all of his glassware, and they, by golly, they come out spick and span.
Clean cloth diapers?
Diapers.
Oh, I've never heard of that.
That's yours.
Yeah, all right.
And he wipes them out, and it's nice and clean, and they always come out nice and shiny. I don't know where he learned that one, but...
Well, you know.
You got to give the guy some credit where credit is due every once in a while.
Ben deserves some credit.
You're right.
He's a good man.
You're right.
So, Ben, we're going to not dedicate this drink to you whatsoever.
That's a nice pour there, sir.
We're dedicating this to Andy Hun. Ben, you get credit for the whole wiping thing. Clankety clank. That's the one downside. We have to reach for our cheers, but...
Ooh, it smells like jalapeno-y.
This is going to be really interesting.
You know what it smells like? Follow me on this.
Okay.
It smells like a glass of hard cider and then crunched up like jalapeno crunchers inside.
I hope it doesn't taste like that, but we're going to find out.
Cheers.
On 7. I'm kidding. Cheers.
Cheers. Whoa.
There's like a whole other thing.
You're right.
It was like, oh, it just tastes like cider. And then all of a sudden, the back of my throat, it's like...
And I don't hate it.
No, it's good.
And it's... Wow, it like stings. I can feel the... You're going after more. I am too.
I can feel the burn.
It hits you first. It's literally just like had you eaten a regular pepper. You eat it.
Yep.
You get the initial like, oh, this is nice and tasty, and then you get the sting of the burn.
Yeah, it's a good burn though.
You're right. I'm cool with it.
Andy Hun pointed this out. He was like, oh, I don't know. How about you try that? Look, it's like a 3 pepper cider thing. And I was like,
I like it.
I like it too. Thank you, Andy. He's never had this before.
Thanks, Andy. Now,
try it.
If you and I start pissing fire later,
well,
or things sting coming out of things,
yeah,
that's going to be inappropriate.
But the point is, at least for the taste testing component of this show,
woo,
this wins. It's something different.
Totally agree.
It's a good twist.
What do you think you would eat? This is totally a Chice question. What do you think you would eat with something like this, Pat?
I mean, for some reason by default, I thought spicy, but you're not going to eat anything spicy.
You're right. You know what I'm thinking? Like a nice dip that the base is sour cream
with avocado.
Ooh, yeah, a little avocado sour cream
Something
mix.
cool, yeah. But I don't know what it would be beyond that. I mean, we can't just have dip,
Right. All
some
right.
Fritos or something.
We gotta chug these.
Cheers.
Cheers. Ooh.
Your face is a little red.
Really?
I don't know what's from the peppers
It
or
was just the Irish in me.
it'll happen to me too.
Whew. I'm glad we did that one first because we can. Not that it's bad. I'm admitting. I'm on record saying that I like that.
Yeah, it's good.
But I got something that's gonna cool us down a little bit.
Is it Palm Breeze?
You know, since it's not. It's not. But since we buy our drinks at the same store, we both kind of see, and I don't know if you do this, but I totally do this. I'm like, well, I'm gonna choose this one because I think Pat's gonna get this one.
I've definitely done that before, but tonight with special guest Andy Hahn, who now I'm thinking about, I should have like filmed that portion of it, like Andy Hahn and I getting ready for Let's Get Comfortable. Totally didn't plan this. We're gonna go shop for our drink at the show. Anyways,
You know what? When we have social media platforms,
we will.
by the end of this evening,
Spoiler alert.
you'll be able to do that.
That's actually not the surprise. So
It certainly is not.
it's gonna
Anyway,
be epic.
let me get going here.
Jim reaches back and pulls out of his plastic Schnucks bags. It looks like it's a 6-pack of St. James.
St. James Winery hard cider.
So we went 2 for 2 on the cider, but two
Right.
very different kinds.
Exactly.
I love the fall. It's cider season.
And here's what else I was thinking. Kind of support the local. I mean,
Yeah.
St. James
Oh.
Winery, that's, local.
Absolutely.
And they had 3 different kinds. They had a classic, just, Granny Smith apple cider.
Sure.
They had peach apple. Whatever. And then they had blackberry.
I'm
Hard apple.
so happy you got the blackberry. That sounds exponentially better, and it's different.
Oh, yeah, get you one.
Thank you. Now, is this a twist off? I highly doubt it.
Well, I lost the Apple remote, so we can't use that.
I got a bottle opener.
I just gave it to you.
I know.
Okay.
It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great.
So, I kind of already told you why I chose this. I was thinking, hey, it's something new. Hey, it's something local. I've been there before. I know where it is. And, pretty cool label here. It says McIntyre cider. Are we dumb? Is there like a McIntyre? Is that like a type of blackberry? Or
2 things. 1, I don't think so. 2, if it is and we didn't know, that doesn't make us dumb because who knows the types of blackberries?
some people out there listening to the show that
Well,
are going,
I'm not
these
trying to-
idiots.
I'm not trying to offend anybody, but you know what? I love all different kinds of berries. Love them all. I'm gonna save that.
Okay. All right. I mean, pretty plain label. There is no really discussion to be had. Let's just get after
There's
this.
a German hint to it. That's the only other thing I would say. Fruity notes.
Yeah, smells good. Let's give it a go.
Cheers.
Not as strong of a blackberry
That's
flavor.
exactly what I was gonna say. Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Not nearly as blackberry.
And in fact, I get like an alcohol, like a lot of alcohol from this.
I'm pouring this into this glass just to get a look at it. It's definitely a darker color.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for all you cider,
5% alc. That's more than a beer.
oh
So,
no, it depends on
yeah.
the beer. For all you cider enthusiasts out there, it's not bad, but it's just
4.2 here on this Mick Ultra.
well, it's Mick Ultra. It's like I'm surprised it's 4.
Try to watch my figure, Pat. Okay.
You look
Can
great.
you respect it? Can you
You
respect
look
it?
you look great.
Thank
I
you.
think you look great.
Thank you.
You're welcome.